6:21 on this Friday, right here on the Rod Arquette Show and Talk Radio 105.7 FM, 570 AM. Great to have you along for the ride. As you head into the weekend, the weather looks absolutely fantastic. I'm looking outside right now. Sunshine, 67 degrees. We hit a high today of 68. They're talking tomorrow more like 74, mid-70s. Absolutely gorgeous on the outside, so make sure you get out and enjoy the weekend along the beautiful Wasatch Front that we can enjoy. Yesterday, we spent some time talking with the city manager in West Jordan. His name is Rick Davis, and Rick talked to us about a proposal now before city leaders down there in West Jordan, which would ban youth from buying spray paint or markers for graffiti. Apparently, city officials have decided they want to do all they can to clean up their community as much as they can. So teenagers who may want to buy like broad tip markers or spray paint for a school project may have to go to another city to do so, because this ban, a proposed graffiti ordinance, would prohibit businesses from selling to minors such materials that are frequently used to vandalize public property. Well, Rick Davis says there's some support there, but there is also some opposition. And joining us on our newsmaker line right now is Zach Jacob. Zach is a member of the West Jordan Planning Commission, and he has spoken out against this. And, Zach, thank you for joining us tonight. I have to ask you, Zach, it appears on the surface this may be a good idea, but you're opposed to it. Why?
Well, that's not the only part of the bill, or the proposal. And that part, frankly, is the part I have the least trouble with. I'm okay with West Jordan banning the sale of spray paint to minors. The only thing I have a concern with there is that it's rather ineffective if it's just West Jordan, mainly because West Valley City and South Jordan and Midvale are just a stone's throw away from most places in West Jordan where you can buy this.
Yeah, that's a point that I made, too, and I said, if this isn't a blanket ban, what good would this do?
Right, exactly. It needs to be. I mean, something like that would need to be done at the county or even the state level. It was actually proposed at the state level in 2012 and was voted down. Never made it all the way through. So,
but you say there are other issues of the bill that you have, or other segments of the bill, provisions in the bill, the proposal that you have more serious concerns about. What are those?
That would be some of them have been already kind of not voted down, but somewhat stricken, at least from the city council from the meeting on Tuesday night. And those are, first of all, the business licensing provision. They wanted to require any business in West Jordan that sells these things, these graffiti implements, as they call them, to have a special business license. And this business license then could be revoked or suspended if they were caught selling to minors, et cetera, not having the proper signage, that kind of thing.
And that has been stricken? So that's been taken out?
That has been taken out so far. At least the city council indicated that they are not in favor of that. Now, obviously, nothing's come up for a final vote yet, so we don't know what they're going to do eventually. But as a member of the Planning Commission, the part that concerned me and the part that came up towards the Planning Commission was the requiring developers as a condition of approval for certain site plans or subdivision plans, et cetera, to have a graffiti mitigating design elements in their site plans. Things like requiring them to use clean vegetation or extra lighting or non-opaque fencing as a condition of approval. In my opinion, that's kind of putting the cart before the horse. I would rather suggest that we tell the developers and the property owners, look, you will be responsible for removing graffiti. Here are some suggestions on a way you can make your building a little less attractive to graffiti, but not require it. I think requiring it is taking it a step too far.
How do you think developers would react to something like that?
Well, that's exactly my fear, is that developers can look at this and say, well, if I build, I need to build this new warehouse or whatever. If I build this in West Jordan, I've got to do X, Y, and Z. But I can build it in South Jordan, and I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. Or I can build it in Taylorsville or in Midvale. So that concerns me. Another part of the bill that concerns me that's not necessarily planning and developing related is the ban on possessing these instruments within 50 feet of any public property. Now, public property also includes every street in the city that aren't private lanes, which within 50 feet of every street pretty much encompasses almost everywhere in the city. Now, the city manager, the city attorney will tell you, you do have an affirmative defense. You can say, well, I'm on my way to art school, or I'm on my way to go paint my car, or whatever it might be. But that places the burden of proof then on the accused, or on the person who's might have a broad tip marker or a can of spray paint with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's antithetical to the whole American idea that you're innocent until proven guilty.
Well, you've got some serious issues here, Zach, that you've been bringing up. Overall, do you like the idea behind this, or do you think the idea is totally useless with all these concerns that you have and the fact that it's not a blanket thing across the entire area?
Both. In a lot of ways, I think the city should be going after the graffiti problem. I think every city needs to address it the way their city sees fit. Some things, though, will be ineffective if done at a city level. However, I think giving attention to the problem, taking the issue and trying to be proactive is a good thing. I just don't think they're quite approaching it quite right in this case.
All right, on our Newsmaker line, Zach Jacob. He is the West Jordan City Planning Commissioner, speaking, sharing his opinion about a proposed ban on spray paint, selling spray paint to minors there in West Jordan. Other cities have this, and I don't know if it's very, very effective at all. And I think in order to be able to do this, you would need a blanket ban, because who's going to stop a kid from going to the community next door and buying the spray paint and coming back and doing it in the community? And the legislature in the past has rejected this. All right, more coming up on the Rod Arquette Show. Talk Radio 105.7 FM, 570